Australia is known for its snakes, astounding variety of lizards, and man-eating saltwater crocodiles. But it's also a land of birds. There are over 800 species here, and I'll be showing you my favourites. Welcome to Australia, Land of Birds, Part 1. The magnificent Riflebird. This is a male, and he spends his mornings calling from a display perch high in the rainforest of Cape York Peninsula. His distinctive calls carry far through the forest. Magnificent Riflebirds feed in the rainforest canopy on fruit and insects, using their long, curved bill to probe into bark and epiphytes in search of food. The tiny, yellow-bellied Sunbird darts incessantly through the foliage in search of insects and nectar, often hovering in mid-air to feed from flowers or capture flying prey. With a long, down-curved bill perfectly adapted to reach the nectar of tubular flowers, it is one of the most striking of Australia's nectar feeders. It inhabits the northeast coastal regions of Queensland. The metallic starling is Australia's only native starling species. They inhabit the forests of northeastern Queensland during summer, but most of the population migrates north to New Guinea for winter. Metallic starlings form immense flocks, numbering several hundred individuals. These raid fruiting trees, sometimes stripping them bare. The entire flock nests communally in a large rainforest tree. The combined weight of hundreds of nests can prove too great and eventually cause the supporting tree branches to break. In good light, the iridescent sheen of the bird's plumage, for which they're named metallic starlings, becomes apparent. The Rufous Owl is a magnificent owl species from the forests of northern Australia. At up to 55 centimetres in length, this is a large owl which hunts at night for diverse prey, including insects, possums and roosting birds, using its powerful talons. Sadly, throughout its range it is now rare. Rufous owls roost in the canopy of rainforest trees where they are particularly difficult to sight. At the other end of the size spectrum is the Dusky Honeyeater, which feeds on insects and nectar, constantly darting through the foliage in search of food. In good light, the rich, dusky tones and sleek outline give this species an especially elegant appearance. Forest kingfishers are found in the open forests of northern and eastern Australia. They hunt from low perches from which they dive to the ground to capture their prey. The contrast provided by the combination of white and deep blue makes this one of the most beautiful of Australia's kingfishers. Macleay's honeyeater is one of my favourite Australian honeyeaters. Bequeathed in rich but subtle plumage, they inhabit a confined distribution near Cairns in northeastern Queensland. Macleay's honeyeater uses its strong bill to probe for insects in epiphytes and bark. It also feeds on nectar. The spotted catbird is a common inhabitant of the northeast Queensland rainforest, where its mottled green plumage provides excellent camouflage. In the dense rainforest, the presence of this species is usually betrayed by its distinctive cat-meowing call, from which the name Catbird originates. A Papuan Frogmouth hulks silently on a low perch. This is Australia's largest frogmouth, growing to over 60 centimetres in length. It is an inhabitant of northeastern Queensland rainforest, where it hunts at night, gliding down to capture a variety of prey. During the day, Papuan Frogmouths roost, often in pairs or small family groups, where their mottled plumage and motionless stance provides excellent camouflage. The noisy Pitta is one of 3 Pitta species found in Australia and around 40 distributed across Asia, Africa and Australasia. These brightly coloured but shy birds live on the forest floor, where they forage and leaf litter for insects, particularly snails, which they smash open against a rock or stump. Buff-banded rails are widely distributed in swamps and other dense vegetation across Australia. They are secretive, usually only emerging from cover at dawn and dusk to forage for invertebrates. Although their wary character makes them difficult to spot, the intricate barring and deep buff breastband are certainly a beautiful sight. The Azure Kingfisher is one of 2 Alcedo kingfishers in Australia, the other being the little kingfisher. The Alcedo kingfishers have only 3 toes and specialise in diving deep into water to catch small fish and aquatic crustaceans. The Crested Bellbird is a classic symbol of the Australian outback, not so much because of the way it looks, but because of how it sounds. Its call is synonymous with inland Australia. Although often heard, they are typically wary and hard to see up close. This is the male. The female lacks the distinctive black breast bib. Spotted bowerbirds are found in the woodlands of southern Queensland and northern New South Wales. Like other bowerbird species, the male constructs an elaborate display bower at which he performs to attract a mate. Around the bower are scattered an eclectic mix of objects including bones and green glass, intended to impress any approaching females. His plumage includes an intensely pink nuptial crest, which he employs, along with an elaborate vocal repertoire, as part of his display. The Yellow-tufted Honeyeater sports some of the brightest plumage among the Australian honeyeaters. It is distributed across southeastern mainland Australia, where it forages actively for nectar and insects. The rainbow lorikeet is perhaps the best known and most audaciously coloured of Australia's parrots. They are loud and gregarious when foraging in the forest canopy. They feed on fruit and nectar, possessing a tongue specifically adapted to collecting pollen and nectar from flowers. Rainbow lorikeets are distributed across the north and east of mainland Australia. This is the red-collared race, which is found only in the northwest of its range. Blue-faced honeyeaters are a conspicuous and large honeyeater species. The striking blue eye patch is actually an area of bare blue skin rather than feathers. In immature birds, the face is emerald green rather than blue. The red-browed Pardalote is one of 4 Pardalote species distributed across Australia. At only 11 centimetres in length, it is a tiny bird which is found in the northern portion of the mainland. During the breeding season, red-browed Pardalotes dig a deep nest tunnel into an earth embankment, where they incubate a clutch of 2 to 4 eggs. Stay tuned for the next episode of Australia, Land of Birds. And if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next.